So here we are in month 35 of the Training Center programming, December 2021. This month we are beginning our strength acquisition phase, and our varsity kids will be doing sets of 5. Next month we'll be doing sets of 3 with the varsity kids, and that means February will be a testing month for our JV and varsity kids, so we have that to look forward to. Let's talk a little bit about combining strength movements and explosive movements. What you've probably noticed over the past year or so is a recommendation to do a few reps of an explosive movement after each set of a major lift. So why are we doing that? Well, there's some research on the benefits of combining strength training with speed or explosive training. And the research showed that training this way could increase an athlete's power. We certainly want our kids to get stronger, but we also want them to be able to use that strength explosively. There's also evidence in this research that training this way can increase hypertrophy. So one of the key metrics for strength is muscle size. A bigger muscle is a stronger muscle. What we see in our lifting programs is observational, it's anecdotal, but the program is informed by science, and as our sample size grows, it will begin proving that science. One question we get a lot is, why do you guys focus on the Sumo Deadlift? Why not the conventional deadlift? So first thing, I would point you to the Youth Coach Pro and the article we posted there a couple months ago. The article is very complete and goes through our philosophy and why we really focus on the Sumo Deadlift. Today, I'd like to focus on one of the points we make in that article, maybe 2 of the points. The first is Louis Simmons, the godfather of powerlifting in America, made the statement: training wide translates to narrow, training narrow doesn't necessarily translate to wide. We've seen this over and over in our gym. Somebody comes into the gym with a strong conventional deadlift, but they're very weak with their legs wide. How does this play out, or how do we see it? Well, it plays out in the real world applications. There's no time in the real world where you'll find that you can put your shins up against an object to lift it. Keegan says, unless somebody says, stab a bar through a couch, it doesn't happen. But if you're lifting a large stone in your garden, that requires that you straddle the object to lift it. So that's a real world application. We've also seen that almost everyone we trained increased their conventional deadlift after committing to training in the sumo stance. So there's 2 points here. If I can get stronger in a wide and narrow stance with a single exercise, that's just good time management. And when we're working with kids in a class with a finite amount of time, it makes sense to be judicious about the exercises we pick. And we want to pick those that will give us the most bang for our buck. Secondly, and this is often overlooked, the athletic stance is a wider stance. And some version of this is what athletes spend most of their time in when they're playing their game. So it makes sense for us to spend some time to train there. If you have questions about this, hit me up. As always, you can drop me an email or set up a call about this, or strength training, or just youth fitness in general. Hope you have a good month.